Hello audience, we are playing Modern Warfare 3. My name is Art, and this is allthumbsgaming.com with my really sultry voice. And as you can see, we are playing on a map using a weapon, a primary weapon and a secondary weapon, and some attachments and some claymores, but I'm not sure what I was using. I believe it's the ACR. Don't want to do too much product placement for Remington, you know, even though the video on the gun right there it says Remington, and so I guess I can't help but do it. That's kind of an interesting thing about this game, is that it has a lot of product placement. Like whenever you reload, you might notice that they some of the character models use Oakley brand gloves. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I guess it brings it into the real world. Must be nice to have a government contract where only the military uses your brand of gloves. That would be nice. I need to get on that. See if the government can fund my videos or something, and get a contract, make some big bucks. That would be nice. But anyway, on to what we're going to talk about today, which I don't know. I'm thinking we should talk about DLC, because the Modern Warfare 3 DLC just came out this week, and they're doing a little bit of a different business model for it, in that first of all, you have an issue of exclusivity in that the Xbox 360 gets the DLC before any other console, namely being the Wii, the PS3, and the PC version. And not only that, if you are an Elite member, you get exclusive access to it. So if you're not subscribed as an Elite member, by either paying the subscription fee or by buying the hardened edition of the game, then you basically have to wait an undisclosed period of time before you can get the DLC. So I'm not sure what I think about that. For one thing, it is kind of cool that they are spacing out the DLC over a several month period. So for January of 2012, they're only releasing 2 maps, which kind of dwindles the effect of, hey, you're only getting 2 maps out of this at a time. That seems kind of lame. But at the same time, you know, do you really have time to play a whole lot of maps and to learn? You know, for me, learning maps is the biggest key to success when it comes to Call of Duty games. And every time DLC comes out, you go through that little probationary period, it seems like, where you're having to learn the kill traps and the best places to hide and learn the map in general in order to actually do well at it. And that's, I think, kind of a pain. But, you know, having more manageable bites, I guess, where they only give you 2 maps at a time, makes that a little bit easier, which, you know, isn't really that relevant and doesn't really matter. It's really based on personal preference, and I guess it depends on how hardcore a gamer you are. For me, DLC, I only buy DLC if it's a game that I absolutely love. And not only that, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a game I absolutely love, but if it's a game that I would play. And, okay, let me make the distinction there. See, a game that I absolutely love is not necessarily a game that I play a lot. Now, that seems kind of counterintuitive. The fact that my friends are playing a game a lot of times has to do with what I'm playing. I treat gaming as a very social experience. I enjoy hanging out with people that I know, people I don't know. I typically don't play with people I don't know very often. And to me, the best moments of gaming are those things that you can share with your friends and that happen in game. And you know, you're yelling over your mic and your headset. And to me, that sense of camaraderie that comes with that is what the best gaming experiences are about. So, you know, if I have an obscure game that doesn't have a huge amount of following, but I really love the game, I'm probably not going to play it if my friends aren't playing it. So, you know, that may be a good thing or a bad thing, but I end up playing a lot of Call of Duty and a lot of Halo because that's what, you know, on my friends list are always playing, and I like to play with my friends. You know, it's nice to be able to talk to people and to communicate, and you usually do better at the game when you do that anyway. But anyway, that all to say that this whole DLC thing is an interesting thing, because if a game doesn't have the appeal well, it may have the appeal for me and I may love it, but if my friends aren't playing it, it's not going to have a whole lot of longevity with me. So that's an issue I guess to take into account, but I'm not sure about this whole new paradigm where you have to have a code in order to play a game. Like, I think Battlefield 3 did that, where you had to have an online code in order to activate the ability to even play online. And so I guess that gives the developer, or the publisher I should say, more control over what they're doing. But oh yeah, right here, this is a great moment to point out the fact that this game was really, really laggy. The game actually stopped and then restarted, and it's kind of weird because in theater mode it created 2 separate video clips for this particular game. That's how bad the lag was. So yeah, don't make too much fun of me for the interesting looking shots where my reticle was flying all over the place. There was a lot of lag in this game, but that is not what we're talking about. Let's talk about what we're talking about. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, DLC. So yeah, I don't know if, I don't really have the answer. I don't know what the best way to do DLC is, but this whole subscription thing is kind of interesting because if there's a game that all my friends are playing and that I know I'm going to spend a ton of time on, then I will probably do the subscription type thing. But yeah, so I don't mind paying a little more to have more of that great experience. And for me, Halo and Call of Duty just do that. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments what you would like to see as far as DLC goes. Of course, don't say stupid stuff like, well, I want all the DLC forever to be free, and I won't want to have to pay a cent, and they should just give me the game. And that's not how the system works. That's not a very capitalistic way of thinking about things. They made a good game, so should we support it with our monies? Or, Anyway, I feel like I'm being really random right now. But yeah, this was a pretty good gameplay. There's another kill. I like kill confirmed a lot. In case you haven't noticed, kill confirmed is where you pick up the tags after a kill. So you only get half the points for the actual kill, then you get the other half of your points for picking up the tag. And then you can deny people tags, like if I were to go pick up that red tag right there, I would be denying that guy's kill, but I didn't. So yeah, I like it because it kind of reduces the camping aspect of the game, and people actually have to move around the map in order to do well as far as points go. But as you can see in this gameplay, I'm pretty much staying on one side of the map. That's kind of the way I like to play Call of Duty, is this kind of mobile camping, if I can put it that way. And that is, you pick a quadrant or a section or a half of the map, and you kind of stay in that general area. See, I haven't moved to the other side of the map at all this whole game. And I find that that's a very effective way to play, is you just pick up this real estate and you move around within that real estate and you own it. You decimate any enemies that come into it. And for me, that works really well. There are people that just, aimlessly run around the map until they find something to shoot, and for me that doesn't usually work very well. And in Call of Duty, I find it's very, very hard to go flawless, and that is to get a bunch of kills and not die ever. And that's because you die so easily. It's not like Halo where you have uber shields and awesome equipment that, because you're a space marine and you're killing flood guys and you're basically a one-man army. In Call of Duty, it's a little more quote-unquote realistic, although that argument is also got its flaws, but I don't want to get into that right now because that's another story. But yeah, the fact that you die so easily in this game makes it very hard to go flawless, and so I find that kind of picking a territory and staying in that territory is very helpful for me when trying to do well in this game. But yeah, so what else do we want to talk about? Oh, the website, allthumbsgaming.com, is kind of, in case you haven't noticed, been a little quiet lately. Okay, and there's my first death. So frustrating. But yeah, the website's been down. I haven't been putting up a whole lot of videos. The Christmas holiday kind of took up a lot of time, and there's a lot of other projects that we've been working on in my company. But hopefully we'll be able to get this thing turned around, put up a lot more stuff. Please leave in the comments what you'd like to see and what you would hate to see. Do you like hearing commentary on the actual gameplay, or do you want to do non-gameplay related discussion on these? Just let me know, and we will try and appeal to your sense of what you'd like to hear. And here you go, final kill, totally awesome. And there we go. 18 kills, 2 deaths, not too shabby. I'll talk to you guys later.